ESPN loudmouth and racial provocateur Stephen A. Smith calls out Kamala the clown for acting a fool and ducking and dodging interviews with, quote, "Why you hiding?"
Okay.
Stephen A., common sense?
What?
I'm Jazz Berganzo, and this, yes, even a broken clock is right twice a day.
You are correct, sir. Yes!
And it's what's next. Happy Thursday, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Jazz Berganzo. What's next? Your daily dose, common sense, facts, and salt. Hope you guys are feeling good today. Well, Kamala Harris. Yes, I know, Kamala Harris. I seen on Twitter, X this morning, that the account called The Democrats calls her an icon, a legend. It's her time. No. Kamala Harris is what Kamala Harris is. She's a clown, and she'll always be the clown, and you must treat her as such. Well, if she was such an icon, if she was such great, really? If she was so great, why is she ducking interviews? She has not done one presser. She has done not one interview with any major player in the media press since her ascendancy to the Democratic nominee for president. Well, of course, this flows everything downhill to the point where it's even gotten to sports. And of course, ESPN woke is no shrinking violet when it comes to political nonsensical garbage. But one of their biggest names, probably the biggest name on the network, Stephen A. Smith, calls her out for acting the fool and ducking and dodging interviews with, quote, "Why you hiding?" And here we go. This comes out of Outkick. Stephen A. Smith rightly calls out Kamala Harris to step out of the shadows. Why are you hiding for? Let's not get it twisted. ESPN Stephen A. Smith is chugging the Kamala Harris Kool-Aid. Of course he is, because he's Stephen A. Smith, put out by the Dems to get Americans hyped up for a candidate that no one asked for and no one gives two about. But even Smith is troubled by Kamala Harris's clandestine presidential campaign as Democratic nominee continues to evade the spotlight, tough interviews, debates with former President Donald Trump. Stephen A. criticized Harris on his YouTube show, displaying some much needed, albeit overdue, common sense. Quote, "Seriously, how can anyone claim they love a candidate who's never there?" Now, Joe Biden stepped aside, and presumably the Democratic nominee, July 21st, Smith began. I'm looking at my calendar because, as I just wanted to make sure, July 21st was the Sunday. We had 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 day since Joe Biden steps aside. The only damn place we've seen Kamala Harris is at pep rallies. What's up? Smith is right about Kamala's hiding. He's no conservative. Even at a guaranteed Harris voter, Smith wants to see more of the vice president, both for the job she's promises to perform in the future and what she offers today, which is absolutely nothing. Somebody's got to say something, and it can't just be the conservatives, right? Right is right, Smith admitted. I'm talking to my sister here. Of course, she's your sister. Come on now. You're running for presidency of the United States. You got my vote. You're running for the presidency of the United States. What are you hiding for? I mean, hiding in plain sight. Outkick founder Clay Travis reacted to Stephen A's take. He added, the Democrats are terrified to see Harris's attempt to connect with the American people when the spotlight is on her, especially if she's unscripted. If she's not coached, she will suck and suck royally. See Tulsi Gabbard.
Now, Joe Biden stepped aside as the presumptive Democratic nominee on July 21st. Okay? Now I'm going to look at this right now. I'm looking at my calendar because I just want to make sure. July 21st was a Sunday. We've had 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and 1 day since Joe Biden stepped aside. The only damn place we've seen Kamala Harris is at pep rallies. What's up? Somebody got to say something. And it can't just be the conservatives. Right is right. I'm talking to my sister here. Come on now. You running for the presidency of the United States of America. You got my vote.
Of course,
you
she
running
does.
for the presidency of the United States of America. What you hiding for? And I mean hiding in plain sight. Somebody got to say it. Somebody got to say it. Now,
Credit to Stephen A. for calling out Kamala's refusal to talk to anyone in the media for 24 days. Clay posted on Wednesday. Amazing how few are even willing to point this out. They are clearly hiding her because she's terrified of what she will say. Yes. At least with Joe was a built-in excuse. He had dementia. With Kamala, she's just an idiot. A large slice behind Harris's covert campaign involves the mainstream media and an ability to demand more from Harris. Something must be done. Something must be up. If Harris is comfortably avoiding the spotlight while watching her poll ratings match or surpass ex-president Donald Trump. Yes, her poll numbers have exploded suddenly when 7 weeks ago she was trash. Interesting. The media's response to Harris has been gracious, while Trump's consistent public appearances, despite being shot at a month ago, have sparked strong backlash. Harris is comfortably avoiding the spotlight as polls start to lean in her favor. Harris's popularity has surged recently, though her previous struggles with the Democratic Party, notably her 2020 presidential campaign, suggest its honeymoon period for Harris's campaign. In June, Politico pointed out that current president Joe Dementia had 43 favorable, 54 unfavorable. Harris is polling at 42 and 52. Smith and the rest of the nation want to see what this nominees can offer a nation in rapid decline.
They're telling us she's the greatest of all time and how amazing of a VP was. And this is mainstream media pre her being the presidential candidate. Go ahead, Rob.
Reports that say that you have the lowest approval rating of any vice president.
Well, there are polls that also say I have great approval ratings.
You serious?
Swing voters don't like Harris. How big a drag is Kamala Harris on the ticket?
She's a pretty big drag. I think she was arguably Biden's worst political decision.
They don't like her. There's lots of reasons they don't like her.
Kamala Harris's approval rating is now at 28%, which is an historic low for any modern vice president.
We're hearing it from mainstream media. One outlet after another. One leak after another. The Kamala Harris is the worst vice president ever, the worst politician.
My thoughts. Just like I said at the end, 7 weeks ago, she was trash. 7 weeks ago, no one wanted her. 7 weeks ago, she couldn't freaking beat a donkey. And yet, her numbers are passing Trump's. How is that possible? Because there won't be any psyops going on here. There won't be any rigness going on here. There won't be any bullshit polling going on here. No. This is America. Free and fair elections. See 2020. But anyway, Stephen A is right. And it looks like Stephen A is the only one showing any kind of common sense whatsoever in calling her out. She's a clown. She's a moron. She's a fool. She's a buffoon. And the fact of the matter is that, like I said during the article, if she is not coached, if she's not scripted, she will fall on her face. She will face plant. She will step on rakes. That's exactly what they are afraid to do. And come next week is the Democratic National Convention. She will be scripted to the nth degree. There is not a period, not a comma, not a throat clear that won't be coached before they send her out there. Because they know if she goes offline, if she goes off script, yeah, shit's about to hit the fan. But with Stephen A's got to do more than this. But for Stephen A to say, "Sister, you got my vote." Really? Stephen A, what has she done? I'll wait, because those crickets are chirping loud and fucking clear that she still hasn't done shit in her 4 years as vice president. Borders are anyone? Pathetic. And with that being said, I'm Jazz Borganzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more like this? Please have a comment below. Like it, share, subscribe to it. Hit that notification bell so you guys never miss a thing. Continue spreading the word about the show. Appreciate you guys watching as always. And we'll see you next time. Peace.